Hello Mobilytics, I've never played Hades before. Should I get Hades 2? Yes. No, but seriously, why haven't you played the first one? The game is epic. It's super simple to pick up, but has so much depth hidden behind it. The storyline is amazing, so are the thematics, the gameplay, and the actual type of game too, as it's a fast-paced roguelike, and all my homies love roguelikes. Oh, but I've already bought so many games and I've got a huge backlog. Bruh. Don't we all? But Hades is as cheap as chips, as we say here in Englando. I think it's like $25 and always in the sales, but anyway, I'm not a Hades salesman. Hades 2 is around the same price point, and honestly you're going to get so much game for your money here. Sometimes games just don't have to be that expensive, guys. I mean, look at Silksong. I'm still in disbelief about how nuts some of these more affordable games can be. So just sit back and watch a bit of gameplay in this video whilst I yap in the background and see if it's your jam. Like if you enjoy the idea of playing in the underworld and being in touch with all those epic Olympic gods like Zeus, Poseidon and Aphrodite, then it probably won't take you too long to make your mind up. Hades has a lot to enjoy with the rewarding loop of progression, engaging story, and its replayability with all the different builds which make it fun every time you pick it back up again. And if you think that sounds cool, it's more of the same in the second installment. It's a great game to play on the move as well. I've got it on the Switch, and if the amount of hours I've spent whilst travelling grinding out runs of Hades 1 is anything to go by, Hades 2 is going to be a serious travel companion of mine, and I might even need to get it its own passport. So yeah, Hades 2 then. Well, it doesn't really matter if you've played the first one or not. It's a bit like Hollow Knight. You probably will enjoy it more if you have played Hades 1, but you definitely can crack on without it. In Hades 2, you play as Melanoid, who is the sister of Zagreus, the main protagonist from the first game, and she has plenty of charm to keep you happy. Her playstyle though is very different. She brings a new mechanic with the addition of her magic bar, which brings some resource management on top of your typical health and attacking and dodging loop from before. She's got creative ways to CC and bind enemies, and even has Omega moves which add a lot of extra flavour. There's new weapons with new vibes and new playstyles, and you can now sprint as well. The main bad guy in this one is Kronos, the Titan of Time, who's taken over the underworld and imprisoned Mel's family, so it's her or your job to save the day. But what's the actual gameplay like? Well, basically you go on runs, fight enemies and collect boons from the gods, which are basically like power-ups and perks, upgrading and changing your playstyle along the way. When you die, you return back to your hub, adjust, tweak or upgrade your setup and get back out there for another run. It's not just the underworld in this one either, because you can also go above too, but we aren't going to go into too much detail there because we don't want to spoil all the fun for you. Throughout your runs through the different paths and routes you can take, the game memorizes your gameplay patterns with all those tiny details remembered, and the world and characters react to your actions. There's a new safe hub called Crossroads with more features like gathering resources, planting and crafting, and the Arcana card system, which comes in for the Mirror of Night from Hades 1, offers a ton of modifications that you can make to add more unique elements to your build for each and every run. I think one of the reasons personally why I enjoyed Hades 1 so much is because I've always been a big fan of Greek mythology in gaming and film. It's just badass, and this game really shines in terms of how it brings this world to life. The voice acting is top tier, and all the little parts of flavour and personality just really shine through. The pacing of Hades 2 does feel a little bit slower, with less rushing and dashing and more positioning, timing and planning, which kind of comes down to how Mel plays compared to Zagreus. Difficulty wise, it can feel a bit more challenging and the bosses can feel meatier and harder to take down, but to be honest, Hades veterans will be used to playing Zagreus with all the juiciest boons and builds and with all their experience. But Mel is just something new, so I feel it's best not to compare them, as I'm sure in no time at all, when we all figure out the funnest, craziest and strongest setups, we'll be flying through those runs once again. So overall, Hades 2 is kind of what you would expect, but in a great way. It's got all the charm of Hades 1, it's got the same replayability, design, theme, aesthetic and gameplay, but now it just has that extra bit of polish and depth, and a whole new storyline and character to play through that storyline with. Now here's the part where I'll tell you why I'm actually making a video about Hades 2. Well, one, because I genuinely enjoyed the first game a lot, and from what I've played so far in early access, I can tell I'm probably going to enjoy Hades 2 as well. The other reason is that I work for Mobilytics, as I'm sure you're all aware by now, and we've got a Hades 2 section up on our website jam-packed full of all the stuff you need, with different builds, guides and tips to help you have even more fun if and when you do dive in. So to go back to the start of the video, should you get Hades 2? Well, if you enjoyed the first one, absolutely. Should you get it even if you didn't play the first one? I mean, if you made it to this point in the video, your answer is probably yes.